Welcome to Shift New Jersey, where our mission is to empower individuals and help individuals of all ability levels maximize their potential. My name is Dan Peltz, CEO. I'm also joined by Melissa Kuntz, our COO.
Hi.
This video is meant to cover the role of the support coordinator and what we can and cannot control and some obstacles you may encounter setting up DDD services.
In general, a support coordinator is a liaison between DDD, service providers, and you, and they will help you self-direct your services or choose your service providers and how those services will be delivered. Since the DDD system is complicated and has many policies and procedures, true self-direction can only occur through a support coordination agency. You, as the individual or family of the individual, are essentially the boss and tell us what we should put into the plan. But you also have to work within the parameters and procedures established by DDD and Medicaid.
The vast majority of people are very happy with their services and the DDD system. We recently conducted a survey of the individuals we support and found satisfaction upwards of 90%. The DDD system has its quirks and has changed a lot, but it is only getting better. This new fee-for-service system has led to a lot more options and choices of providers, and there are more providers enrolling every year. This being said, we want to quickly go over some of the difficulties of the system. To ensure that we have a good relationship and no misunderstandings, it is important to understand our limitations as a liaison and take note of 5 things that a support coordinator cannot control or change. These 5 things are DDD policies and procedures, your budget, the actions and availability of service providers, transportation, and the state fiscal intermediary, Public Partnerships LLC or PPL. At Shift New Jersey, we always work to be direct and open with families about some of the frustrations that exist within the system at large. As an organization, we constantly advocate with the state, providers, and the state fiscal intermediary. We do everything in our power to move the process along and encourage state and community providers to expand their ways of thinking when it comes to serving individuals with disabilities. However, we're going to go through the 5 things that we have no control over.
DDD has policies and procedures that must be followed when developing plans and obtaining services. We will inform you of these as we discuss services and supports that are available. Remember, as a liaison, we are the messenger and cannot change DDD policy. Support coordinators also have no control over your budget. That is dictated directly from the NJCAT, and we can tell you how to apply to take it again, but that is not a decision that we are in control over. Your budget remains the same regardless of which agency you work with and does not change from year to year. We also cannot control the availability of providers in your area. The providers each have their own intake and waiting list process, and they get to decide who they will accept into their programs. And sometimes there may not be any providers for what you're looking for. The vast majority of individuals we support have great services and programs and are very happy, but in some instances, individuals may have to pick from 3 not so great options, and people sometimes get frustrated that there is not more out there. We are always advocating to the state and encouraging providers to expand, but again, this is not something we can control. Transportation is one of the most difficult parts of the DDD system. Getting people from one place to another in a safe and cost-effective way can be challenging. Most providers are not required to provide transportation beyond a 1 to 5 mile radius, and DDD budgets were not built to handle the costs of providing this service 5 days a week for a long distance. We will be sure to explain all of the options for this service to you and find the best solution.
The last potential obstacle or area that we cannot control is an organization that you should be familiar with, which is Public Partnerships LLC or PPL. PPL is the state fiscal intermediary. What this means is that they process the payments for things that are not billed through Medicaid. For example, services like gym memberships, private transportation companies, college classes. Gyms are not Medicaid providers, but they still need to be paid. So PPL's job is to process forms and issue payment to make sure that this service can be delivered. They also do this for self-directed employees or people that you hire to work with you. You can choose to hire whoever you want to work with you to provide care and assistance. They can even be a family member or close friend as long as it is not a parent, guardian, or spouse. And PPL's job is to PPL's job in this process is to mail out all of the required paperwork to families and SDEs. They will process that paperwork and then issue payment. The reason why it is very important to discuss PPL is because they are not very good at their jobs on occasion, and working with them can be frustrating. They can take a while to process paperwork. When you call for information, the customer service representative can often give you incorrect or incomplete information, and their computer systems can make the speed of payment an issue. Support coordination agencies do their best to facilitate this process, and we often spend hours on the phone with PPL. We call, advocate, yell, and do everything in our power to move the process along, but in the end, it is up to PPL to do what needs to be done.
So, what are we in control over, and why would someone choose one agency over another when each agency offers the same budget and access to the same services? The answer is reputation, reliability, personal attention, knowledge of the system, and many other factors. Who is going to do what they say they're going to do, quickly, correctly, and reliably? Who is going to help you navigate this sometimes complex system and take time to explain policies, understand your needs, and hold your hand through the processes? The answer is ShiftNJ. One, we've been doing support coordination since the beginning of the fee-for-service system in 2013, which means that we will have the experience and knowledge to navigate the DDD system. We also hold your hand through the process. We don't just give you a list of services. We schedule and go on tours of providers with you. We help you fill out the paperwork and do our best to ensure a smooth intake process. We were also one of the first agencies allowed to approve our own plans, which means that we can get things done faster than other agencies and shows that the state of New Jersey has a high level of trust in our organization. We're also available to you when you need us. Our main agency number rings to our cell phones, so you know that you can get a hold of us when it matters most. We have a highly educated, highly dedicated staff that are the highest paid in the industry. Most of our employees either have or are currently pursuing their master's degree. They are not only state trained, but also go through a vigorous training period with experienced support coordinators for several months. Our support coordinators' caseloads are also some of the smallest in the industry. Our average caseload size is under 35. Although we come to you for meetings or meet you wherever is best for you, we have 2 convenient office locations in Bergen County, located in Paramus, and in Middlesex County, located in Woodbridge. Please don't take our word for it. Ask other people in the DDD system, from providers to state employees to other individuals receiving services. ShiftNJ has a great reputation and people love working with us.
For even more information or questions, please email us at info@shiftnj.com. You can also check out our website, shiftnj.com. Thank you all for watching, and welcome to the ShiftNJ family.